Do you believe that building the brand right now is more important or focusing on the product would be?
Create a product, the brand would automatically create it.
When astronauts have to go to space, of course they cannot carry a lot of weight and all, so वो dehydrate कर देते हैं fruits or pulp or whatever because they do not want to either make it heavy and water content will also, the lack of gravity, it is going to cause messes, but then it also reduces the nutrients. How do you counter that?
In freeze drying, that 95% of the water is reduced and the nutrition is retained up to 97%.
How many active customers you have at the moment?
We have served to around 5,000 customers till date.
प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट क्या लगता है, सप्लाई चेन क्या है, मार्जिन क्या है, प्रॉफिट क्या है?
Our gross margins are around 40 to 45%.
Is it 99% natural, 100%? What kind of a market validation did you do? So, for example, market research क्या होगा आपने, तो क्या किया आपने? Primary research, secondary research. I would love to know a little bit about.
So online and offline, we spoke to around 1,000 people before even starting this brand.
Okay.
So we took insights from everyone that would they even like fruit-based snacks? Are they excited about that? At what price point they would want to buy? And if I offer a particular flavor, would they be okay or not? And after taking inputs from all of them, we did our own R&D. We tried multiple fruits, flavors with seasoning, all of that, and we finalized certain fruits. Then we again went out in the market and tried these products with people, how they are reacting and how they are not liking, and then so like brand was started 5 months ago, but we are working on it since like more than one and a half year now.
Yeah,
Wow.
We started this R&D process from Feb itself.
Achha.
So it has been a long journey.
Yeah, it's been a year now
Yeah.
since you have
Yes.
started. So do you believe that building the brand right now is more important or focusing on the product would be a more
So I would
bigger
say
priority?
it is an like we have to go hand in hand. The building as a brand is a journey. This
Correct.
would be we could approach this aspect over the period of time.
Okay.
But the product is the thing which would be selling. So once you create a product, the brand would automatically create it, and it is a not short period of time where you will be creating a brand. It would take years and years. It may be 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. But the product is something that would make your brand more visible.
Correct.
So this is my.
So at this point, marketing it is important, or investing it in better maybe quality of products, the units of products. Is it more important?
So I would say first, as we started earlier, as you told. So during our R&D process, we had a clean goal that we have to keep the products absolutely of a good quality. So once we approached that, we got all our check boxes ticked there. So once we completed this, we are moving towards the marketing point of view, where
Okay.
we are just focused on marketing because our product is already set. Now we don't have to any alterations in the product part.
Okay.
So now we are just focused on marketing and how to scale it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we build any product, we first launch the first version of it called the MVP, right?
Yeah.
Minimum viable product.
Yeah.
What was your MVP? What was your idea behind it? First idea क्या था आपके दिमाग में?
So I would like to take on.
Sure.
Initially we started as a dehydrated fruits. If you know, there are some dehydrated fruits जो dry fruit के shops में मिलता है.
Okay.
The kiwi and all.
हाँ.
So initially we started this MVP वहाँ से कि where we thought कि this could be a good price snack. We can actually bake it. We can try this baking and all. But eventually we got to know that the people are not loving the sogginess of that fruit.
Okay.
So
We have even put strawberry in baking to
Yeah.
try it out and all of that. So
we tried everything. We also tried air frying, but air frying again, at some point of view, it
Oil.
actually has some oil in it. So we wanted to eliminate this, oil at all. We don't wanted to add any oil.
Okay.
So here we got we got to know about the freeze drying technology. What freeze drying is? We actually researched about it, and
Okay.
this was how we developed our first MVP after going to different suppliers and all.
Abhiyogo, this was not the one of a question that any follower asked me, but something that genuinely I'm curious about now. आपने बनाया एक healthy product,
Right.
right? बच्चों को या because this would be it is of different shapes and
Right.
sizes of course, so it would be more appealable to the younger audience and people who are price not much price sensitive.
Right.
They would love to spend money, as you said. Abhi healthy is something that parents suggest us to, right? Now आपने बोला कि you are building a very healthy brand which has no preservatives. So is it 99% natural or 100% natural?
100%.
100% natural because it has only one ingredient, that is the fruit itself.
Okay.
That's it.
No preservatives.
No preservatives,
no
no
additives.
sweeteners, no color, no sugar, nothing.
How are you going to convince the parents?
So we actually, this is a marketing technique where we actually go to different exhibitions and stalls, and we set up stalls. We make them taste about the product. We even have like licenses, there are licenses for the products. We have already been 8 to 9 licenses for this to carry out the lab test license, no added sugar license, then preservative license, shelf life licensing. We have different type of licensing where we can actually showcase that this product is absolutely clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now people are also getting aware, and instead of just focusing on front part of the product, people are going back and reading the labels, and that is a very good thing because
Absolutely.
that's where we can sell ourselves and differentiate ourselves from our competitors.
Right.
And we are adding on to this, we are also educating the people about freeze drying technology. It's an innovative and a new technology. It was initially told as an astronaut technology. It was introduced as an astronaut technology where the people, the astronauts who went in space, who used this technology to create foods and just instead of vacuuming, they were using freeze drying. So this is where we know that the people have to trust the technology because it is absolutely, we don't add any sugar, preservatives or any colors, and we get a crunchy part without adding anything. So this is
So because I also
Yeah.
researched a little bit about the astronaut wala thing.
yeah.
When so it is usually said that when astronauts have to go to space, of course they cannot carry a lot of weight and all, so वो dehydrate कर देते हैं the fruits or pulp or whatever because they do not want to either make it heavy and water content will also in the lack of gravity it is going to cause messes. But then it also reduces the nutrients of the
So I will
of the
tell you.
food. So how do you counter that?
Yeah. So this is freeze drying, where let's say a fruit has 95% of water and 5% of the fiber part.
Okay.
So in freeze drying, that 95% of the water is reduced and the fiber is remained, and the nutrition is retained up to 97%.
Okay.
So let's say I take 1 kg of real fruit, I will get only 50 gram of outcome, but that 50 gram will have nutrition of 1 kg of real fruit. So that is the beauty of this whole process.
And comparing it to the dehydration part, there only 40% of nutrition get retained. You're absolutely right. But these are different two technologies. This is dehydration and this is freeze drying.
Freeze drying. Okay.
Yes.
So I would love to understand a little bit of the analytics part.
Okay.
How many active customers you have at the moment?
Okay.
And what city spread do you have?
So our first city is Mumbai, second is Pune, third is Surat. So we have done so many offline events and where we interacted with people in Mumbai and all of this. And online on our website, I'm getting good response in Maharashtra city, then Gujarat, Surat and all of that city. And we have served to around 5,000 customers till date, and we are like getting good repeat orders. Haven't tracked that active customers, but so 5,000 customers we have
sold
served.
8,500 pieces till in 3 to 4 months.
Okay, 8,500 pieces in 4 months. And what has the feedback been from people?
We are getting actually exceptional feedback where the people are loving the products and they just want us to introduce new flavors in every month. Actually, we're trying to do that, but currently we're just focusing on like establishing and like the current SKUs we are having and scaling it to the next level rather than just adding on to the new SKUs again and again.
So ideally, I just wanted to add one thing. So there's this thing called Partos Principle, where 80% of your sales will always come from the 20% of your SKUs, of course. So that is something I believe we could focus on at this moment. That will help us understand कि कौन सा product जो है सबसे ज़्यादा आपका value add कर रहा है and will add revenue. So coming on to the next thing, what do your margins look like? Like एक for example इसका हम product ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? एक 99 rupees का for simplicity. आपका प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट क्या लगता है, सप्लाई चेन क्या है, कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंडिचर, मार्जिन क्या है, प्रॉफिट क्या है?
So our gross margins are around 45 to like 40 to 45%. If we scale, it will increase eventually, but currently it is there.
Okay.
And majorly we are spending all of that money again and reinvesting in the business for developing and marketing all of that. So I think after 2.5 years we will be breaking even, and after that we can try to achieve around 12 to 15% of the net margin.
And how?
So our major cost is currently production, then second is sampling, educating people, getting to events, stalls and all of that. So marketing would be the biggest spend for now after our cost of goods.